Okay. A deliberate attack on Clark, huh? I don't know. This isn't looking too good. Let's find out. He doesn't even have these guys combined. Oof. Oh, man. Yeah, yikes. That did not go well at all. Like, I don't even know what he was thinking with this one. And something else that I'm noticing here is we have elements of the 56th Division here. I would not want to be operating these guys without being combined with their parent division. That was ill-advised attack. Hey everybody, it's Jochen Hayden, and I'm back with the January 11th replay. It's the Loka Center versus DesertWolf campaign. By now, you've probably seen the highlights from the last turn. There wasn't a whole lot that happened, so I showed you what I thought was important. So we're going to press on with this one and see if we get anything else that's good. Ooh. Okay. Well. It looks like the Allies are not okay with these advances towards Pearl. I don't think we need to sit here and watch this one. This is done and over with. Yeah. Did we even need to see that? This patrol boat is sunk. I'm guessing it was there to pick up some troops. Or drop something off. I don't know. Ho ho! This should be fun. This is a bunch of PT boats coming out of, well, I don't know if we can see it. Under here is actually Manila, not Manila, but Luzon in the Philippines. So we got a huge amount of patrol PT boats coming out. I kind of want to see what happens here. Ooh, already getting some torpedoes off. Yeah. Oh man, this is hot. Yeah, let's get some, man. Let's go. Come on, PT boats. Don't let them get away. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Look at this. The 50 cals are spraying this guy up. Wow. Man, that's a typical 50 cal nonsense, right? Couple bullets and these things catch on fire. Give me a break. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, jeez. These guys don't miss. Oh, here we go. Let's see what that does. 40mm gun. Oh my gosh. This is unreal. Oh, jeez. This is so bad. Holy moly. Well, I gotta say, I'm not used to seeing PT boats being that effective. There's a lot of them. Oh, 2 ships sunk outright. This guy, one torpedo. That's shocking. Wow. Hey, if this doesn't give you some newfound appreciation for what PT boats can do, I don't know what will. That was an incredibly successful attack, and basically nothing traded, nothing lost on our side that I can see. And there was troops landing there. Wow, PT boats. Whew. Good stuff, man. I don't know how the heck you play against this guy. DesertWolf. All right, here we go. We got some heavy cruisers coming back into Horn Island. Let's see what they can come up with. Not a whole lot. Okay, well, that's actually pretty good. That's a lot of damage to the base. We're going to have to go look at that and see what this... So, okay, we see all these hits, right? Let's go over to it after the turn's over and see what that looks like as far as damage is concerned. Allied ships bombarding Noumea? Whoa! I didn't see that coming. New Orleans. Okay, let's see what we get here. Wow, that's a lot of ships. Look at the size of that task force. Holy crap. Okay, not quite as effective as I would have expected with that many ships, but you know, it's something. And we know that there's an Air Force unit there at least. And some okay-ish hits to the base. Okay. A bold strategy, though. Allied ships bombarding ADAC. So you guys didn't see it because I didn't show you, but last turn, the Allies did this as well. And they didn't really get much out of it. And this turn, kind of more the same. Last turn, what we saw there was a shipping engineer regiment, which doesn't have any kind of aviation support in it, just engineers and naval support. There's not much of ADAC that we can see. All right. Oh, and an attack on French frigate Shoal. So this is the guys that shot up the patrol boat that was there, and it looks like we don't really do any damage to this 53rd Division. Very active for the Allies, though. A lot of naval activity here. And PT boats. Holy moly. Okay, so he's coming in here to try to take advantage of the activity that he had last turn, which you've already seen. But at that altitude, he's never going to get enough hits to really do enough damage. Okay, that's a lot better. If he could get this every turn, at 18,000 feet. That would do it, but there's just no way you can guarantee it. That is the kind of result that you really want to see. That's good. There you go. Back to 18,000 feet. That's more typical. So, there you go. Not enough damage to stop the forts, I'll tell you that. Coordination is a lot better here this turn. I'm seeing these guys come in larger groups. So this was a base that was captured last turn by the Japanese. It looks like the Dutch B-10s are coming out of Balikpapan and just trying to inflict some casualties on them. And more Japanese ships sinking there. Gang. More stuff sinking. See how this goes. My guess, not that well. Nope. Well, not initially, but looking at the casualties, this is okay. I wonder if that's clear terrain or not. I don't remember. That's okay. Yeah, that'll work. This is a decent result. Oh, wow. We're trying for this again, huh? It's been a while since we've seen these guys dealt with. And they still don't get them. Oh, man. That's so annoying. It's been almost like 2 weeks since I've seen anything happen at this hex. And he goes to it and immediately gets shut down again. They don't even have supply. What the heck? Things still not looking good at winch out for the Japanese. Bombardment here, inconclusive. Okay, this S and left unit from Kindari cut up to these Dutch guys here. They may have to surrender. Yep, watch. They're going to surrender, and the other ones will too. They have to. And the reason is because all of the bases on Celebes are blocked, either taken or they have Japanese troops. So there's no retreat path for these guys to get into Makassar, right? And that's key to figuring out how to make troops to surrender. There you go. So Loka got this right. He captured all these bases and blocked this one. So when he attacked these guys, they have no choice but to surrender. There's nowhere to retreat. Allied shock attack. Oh, yeah. Look at this. What is this, Lo Yang? Oh, wow. Wow. a Chinese counterattack just retook Loyang with heavy loss of lives for the Japanese. That's embarrassing. Golly, this... To think that the Chinese are counterattacking and taking bases back in January of 1942 when they should be like halfway up the hill towards Lanchow by now. That's insane. Stacking limits suck for the Japanese, man. All right, this is another para drop. All right. I have to say this was another good turn for the Allies. Really good. Okay, let's take a look at this awesome turn for the Allies. Aircraft losses today, really minimal. 4 for the Japanese and none for us, but most of these are flak or ops losses. Ships sunk. Ooh. This is not all inclusive, guys. There was more loss than this. Those PT boats at, what was that, Iba? Deadly. I think more ships sank than what is being reported here. And these are really good ships. These are the Lima. Those are Limas. And if you're a Japanese player, you covet these ships because they have a great range, really good cargo capacity, and they can be converted into all kinds of different cool things. So a Lima is not a kind of cargo ship you want to just throw away. I'm sure that wasn't his intention to throw them away, but they got thrown away. Eee. Okay. We saw some action at French frigate Shoal. It ended up being a bombardment task force by the Raleigh. We caught a patrol boat there too. It was inconclusive though, but we know there's almost no enemy troops on French frigate Shoal, so DesertWolf can take this back at his leisure whenever he wants. Probably the same for Luzon. In China, a very startling discovery here. These Chinese troops have been working on Loyang for a while and just retook it. And this is bad for the Japanese for several reasons. One, this is a substantial amount of troops that are now threatening the backlines of they're flanking the Japanese lines here. This is bad. And that's taking away some resource and industry production that the Japanese needed. So just a really bad situation. And we can tell here that the Japanese were not prepared for this because they only had a garrison unit in there, right? There was no... and nothing more substantial than that. And there's so many Chinese troops that could just continue pouring into this breach. He could probably push all the way up into Changting, take Kaifeng, probably take most of these bases back right now, and that's really going to force the Japanese to fall back and defend their possessions instead of pushing forward. So this was a great attack by DesertWolf. He saw a big, huge hole in the Japanese lines, and he just exploited it. And I don't know what the Japanese are going to be able to do to quickly resolve this, because I don't see anything around here that can really handle it. Ooh. Okay. Can't see anything going on in Burma, but it's eminent that the Japanese are going to get into Rangoon and they'll capture it for free because all of the Burmese and British and Indian troops are now out of the area, moving up the road towards Akyab. That's done. Okay, Singapore. The other thing I want to show you here is that AV is recovering and the forts are well past size 2 on the way to 3 because of Loka's highly ineffective bombing campaign against Singapore. And to be fair to Loka Sena, I had the same issue, but I was throwing a lot more aircraft at it and going at lower altitude. So I was putting in what I consider to be a good faith effort to try to lower the forts. What he's doing, I don't think is that. It's too high for altitude, not enough aircraft, and he's not keeping up with the forts. And really, honestly, it's almost impossible to at Singapore. The Allies have basically the equivalent of 274 engineer units here, so it would take a mountain of damage to stop this, really. But this scenario too, I would think you could throw more aircraft at it than this. All right, This was probably the most exciting part of this turn here. These PT boats came out of, I'm assuming, is Baton, and just completely wrecked a convoy full of Lima cargo ships. And all we have to show for it as far as bad stuff is one 40mm shell hit. Did some pretty good damage to this PT boat, but who cares? There was so much damage done to these Japanese cargo ships, and that's the only thing we have to, be worried about. Highly effective PT boat raid, and basically dispersed an entire task force that was dropping us some troops to go into Clark. So well done, Desert Wolf. JFK would have been proud of this one, man. Big time. I want to see more of this stuff. Okay, the DEI is quiet aside from the Japanese capturing a couple bases and killing some Dutch troops. Not much to say here. And the Japanese bombarded Horn Island, and I said we'd look at the damage. Here's the damage. Honestly, pretty minimal. This will be repaired in 2 turns or less, and we get right back to fort building. This raid was not effective, and probably due to the terrain being what it is and the forts being this high. It's only going to get harder and harder to neutralize this place as time goes on. I don't even see how the Japanese can do it without throwing a huge amount of force at this, which just isn't reasonable here. And the Allies also bombarded. They hit Noumea. I wouldn't say they did a whole lot of damage, but they did enough to just put them on notice that there is a large heavy and light cruiser task force operating in this area. And any further expansion by the Japanese in this area is going to be met with a lot of force, right? You got all these cruisers here. What else we got over here? Some more destroyers over here. What else we got? Another heavy cruiser there. Oh, yeah. This is, I would say the Allies have this whole area on lockdown, and New Caledonia is already on borrowed time. Anything else happening out here that I can see? Something at Baker. That's about it. Like I like to do with these turns, let's end it by keeping track on where the Allied carriers are at. So we have the Enterprise here, the Lexington here, Saratoga here, and it does appear that these guys are all moving in the same general direction. And I don't know if it's intention to combine these into one task force or keep them as 3 individual ones. So we'll watch this and see how he manages his carriers. Maybe we'll learn a little bit, something about how to best operate Allied carriers in 1942. The last carrier we'll check on will be... over here. I think we've got there it is. The Yorktown just arrived in Balboa this turn, so it's going to refuel. And my guess is it's going to head over to Cape Town next, so we'll keep it on that. Cape Town or Cristobal. Probably go over to Cristobal, and then from there over to Cape Town. We'll watch that one. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.